Yes, of course. Meditation can help our problem or our way of life. Actually, samatha meditation also can help, but samatha meditation can help our problem for temporary solving. And vipassana can solve our problems. How to say? Really. Why? Yesterday we discussed about the war problems. Actually, the real problem or the main root of problem is defilements. That is ignorance, greed, and anger. How to say? Samatha is trying to stop the greed, anger, and not inclusive the ignorance. It can stop the greed and anger for temporarily. But for the vipassana practice, it will condition, it will stop the greed, anger, and ignorance or delusion permanently. So that means so we should learn, we should practice the meditation.
It's partly through right understanding and samadhi, whatever of samadhi through
yes. Meditation is not only sitting on the floor, not just focusing on the object, just trying to develop morality practice, concentration or mindfulness practice, and we call vipassana is wisdom or right understanding practice. Because only three practice, morality, mindfulness, and right understanding or wisdom will stop the defilements, greed, anger, and delusion permanently. But we need a certain level about the morality practice, concentration practice, and wisdom practice.
The more we practice, the more better.
More?
The more we practice, the better.
Practice.
More practice. Yes.
Practice, sorry.
Yes. Yes. For example, for the honestly, we call insomnia, right? Insomnia. He cannot sleep well. In fact, cannot. It does mean he want to desire to fall asleep easily, right? So, fall asleep is problem or not problem?
Problem or not problem?
And cannot falling asleep well. Falling asleep very well is problem or not problem? Falling asleep well is problem. Yes, but in meditation hall, falling asleep very well becomes the problem. Yes.
Very easy.
Yes, so they fall asleep very easily. Especially Muslim becomes the problem. Yes. But for her, not falling asleep well becomes the problems. So even the problems are also not external, about your way of perception. Maybe that means you have the desire for the meditation time. How to say? They don't want to fall asleep. So for that moment, the desire is for not to fall asleep. Right? Because they want to be mindful. So for that moment, that desire creates falling asleep as a problem. But for her, she has the desire to fall asleep very fast. She want very urgent. She want the urgency. Actually, desire about the urgency will create the problem. Accident or some problem happening, you have very urgent. You want very rush. That create the problems. Maybe you want to get the destination very fast. Maybe I go to the downtown. Maybe I want to get very fast. Maybe traffic become the problem. Actually, traffic is not a problem. Maybe if I don't want to reach there very fast. That means I am not very urgent to reach to the downtown. Traffic was not the problem. But you want to reach the downtown very urgently. Traffic became the problems. So that means actually desire or attachment to be something. It will create problem. That means problem is not existing there. Desire create the problem. Desire to fall asleep will create. It will create the stress about not falling asleep very well. For the meditator, falling asleep become the problem because they have the desire not to fall asleep for that moment. So that means problem is created truth. Created truth means that the desire or your urgency mind to fall asleep is creating the problem.
The desire is defilement. Defilement.
I would like to ask about that. What is the difference between the desire and attachments?
Yes, not every desire is defilement, like that. But like the volition, we learn about the four kinds of mental states: consciousness, feeling, perceptions, volition. And generally, we cannot classify they are wholesome or unwholesome directly. We should consider from the view of 6 roots, right? You know 6 roots? 6 roots? We call lobha, greed, anger, delusion. We call a negative root. We call anti-anger, anti-greed, anti-delusion, or wisdom. We call a positive root. Maybe a desire arise together with lobha, dosa. We say that desire is defilement, or we say not good. And normally we cannot say consciousness, feeling, perception, volition as good or bad. So where is the problem? For example, the pandemic, right? Yesterday we discussed about maybe you want the people to die. A lot of pandemic is we will consider that is good because you want the living beings to pass away, but you don't want the people or living things to pass away. Pandemic is not to be happy. Sometimes I see the discovery. Maybe tigers or lions are killing and eating the deers, buffalo. So maybe lion is killing the deers is good or bad?
As for the lion is good.
What is it?
It's not good, it's not bad.
Yes. In some news, in one news I heard, I think in Australia or somewhere, they are very prolific, very
There are problems.
the deers are very prolific.
The rabbits,
They are.
they have a rabbit problem.
they produce a lot.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they do not kill the deers, but they put the lions or how to say tigers put in the forest. So they trying to balance.
No,
Also
not
to
really.
reduce
Then you have
the
too
deer
many.
population.
Exactly. Then you have too many tigers or
Yes.
whatever, no deer anymore. Then you have another.
So they want to balance.
Yeah, this is what humans do all the time. You know? Yeah, we always find a solution.
So that means normally sometimes I see the discovery. For that moment, I see that lion kill. I feel sad because I consider that is not good.
I must be a psychopath. I don't feel like it. Not anymore. I just see nature.
Yes, that's me trying to see the nature as nature. That's me. You are free from the judgment of good or bad. Actually, judgment about good or bad will lead to suffering or greed and anger. You feel that is good, that is precious, greedy mind will arise. Maybe judgment about that is bad, that will condition the anger mind or sad mind, remote unhappy mind will arise.
In Australia, we see rabbits.
Huh?
The problem is the rabbits.
Rabbits.
In Australia, many
Rabbits.
rabbits. And they try to find a solution to eliminate.
Rabbits or deers are running across the road, so a lot of car accidents happen.
And rabbits eat many